What's around, everyone? This is your Cancer season tarot card reading for this month, and this is all about, your emotions. What's going on with your emotions? What is making you emotional? What's got you in your feels? And some advice on how to get out of it, right? What got you stuck emotionally? Yes, let's go there. What's gotten you stuck emotionally? Like, literally can't get over that wave, like you're drowning in emotions. Sometimes, people can't pinpoint it. Sometimes people can pinpoint it, but they don't want to deal with this. They act like they don't know. You know what I mean? Even though they know. Right, and they just bury it down. So, let's look at what got you stuck with your emotions during this Cancer season. And I'm reading this at the time where the sun and the moon and Lilith is in Cancer. I'm done. How y'all feeling out there, Cancers? Happy birthday, happy solar return, happy flight day, happy born day, all that good stuff. How y'all feeling out there, Cancers? Don't be afraid. You can comment below. I'm sure there's other Cancers and other signs alike who can relate, right? So let's get started. We're going to start with Cancers first. About what got you stuck emotionally? What got you stuck emotionally? All right, Cancers first. All right, Cancers, what's around? A lot of stuff is going on in your area, in your surroundings, right? And it's just flowing. It's just flowing here, there, and everywhere. And you probably like, whoa, wait, whoa, wait, whoa. But anyway, I'm here to tell you, Cancer, this is what's getting you stuck emotionally. Probably yourself. Probably yourself, okay? So, for some reason, you're not able to communicate how you want to communicate. You're not able to let it out how you want to let it out. You're not able to structure your sentences right. You think it's going to go one way, or you feel it's going to go one way, and it goes totally all the way the opposite of what you thought it was going to turn out to be. All right? But here's the thing, expressing your thoughts, should not just be a private thing. It should not be, I'm only going to talk about it, when I'm comfortable or on my terms or whatever the situation is at, because at this point it may never be. It may never come to that point, because it's like procrastinating the message, you know what I mean? Whether it's something that you got to relate to someone else, whether it's something that you have to relate to yourself, whatever the message is, you're kind of like not listening to it, nor are you taking action on anything. So dumb clouds in the back, they nice, white, and puffy, but if you don't get your message out, it's going to turn gray, okay? It's going to get real heavy. It's going to be so much heavy that it will drown you. It just depends how long you procrastinate. So keep like a private journal. This is a good way to start. Start writing those things down. Get it out of you. Let it flow out onto the paper. Page of Swords is an air card. So the communication can happen anyway. It can be a communication, privately in your room. It can be communication that happens on the internet. It can be communication that happens face to face. It can be communication that happens on FaceTime. It can be communication with yourself, just you talking to yourself, maybe doing affirmations in the mirror. But you need a little nudge, you need a little push to get you out to the public, to get you out, to be comfortable in your own skin with your words that you're going to say in public. One person is now public. When you by yourself, then you're alone. But you add one more person, that's now public. 2 people, still public. 3 people, still public. 4 people, and you go on and on and on and on and on. All right? So let go of any fear that you might have of communication. Communication could be tons. Look it up, all right? A lot of things fall under communication. But the whole point is that you want your message to get out. You want it to be known, you want it to be heard, and you don't want it to be misconstrued. You want the point to be there, all right? So express it, and don't be ashamed to express it. You will feel much lighter, when you do that. And ask a lot of questions. Maybe you start with asking yourself questions, because you know me, I'm gonna say it starts with yourself. Why are you like this? Why are you holding back? Why are you stuck in this emotion of fear of communicating? You know what I mean? How you feel, how you think, all that good stuff, Then it might be other questions that you might want to ask other people. You might even want to write those down ahead of time so you don't get tongue twisted when you do communicate with that person face to face or through text or, however, through email and whatever the situation is. In person, you might want to write down those questions. You want to formulate. This is a thinking card. This is not an emotional card. This is all thought. So it's like put your emotions to the side. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. And if you have a Moon in Cancer, put it all aside, right? And actually construct what questions that you need to ask. Because if you are direct with your questions and you're not like pussyfooting and, tiptoeing around and whatnot, trying to be all cute with it and everything, you're never going to get to the point of what needs to be understood, all right? So even if it's to the point where you have to kind of word it where you want the person to help you understand where they're coming from, some people say stuff and you just don't get it at all. And you really want to get it, but how they saying it, how they constructing their words, it's just like, and it's easy to be like, whatever, you know what I mean? But that's not getting to the core of things. So even get down to the nit and grit of that. Like, help me understand where you're coming from. That way you're not getting so emotional over the situation. You could be more logical of the situation. And then everything will be all right. And start with what's important to you. Start with yourself. What's keeping you holding back, from you communicating. Why are you like this? Does it start from a childhood where you always told you shut up? Every time you had an opinion. I mean, it can go way back to why you feel the way you feel. But now is the time to start communicating like you have never done before. I don't know if you have books that you want to write. I don't know if you have comics you want to write. I don't know if you want to be public speaking. I don't know if you want to start a blog or start a channel or any type of stream of services or whatever. I don't know if you want to dig in deeper into more of your mental form, maybe seeing a psychologist or something like that, or a life coach or a spiritual coach, or maybe going back to school, or maybe listening or starting to gain more knowledge on your own, because you technically don't need to go to school to be a professional. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's 2022, but the knowledge of it, that 10,000 hours that they say of you diving in deep to a specific thing that you need to know, this is that time to do that. Your curiosity should be just like through the roof. So explore those curiosities and don't be fearful, and ask the questions that you need to help you formulate new ideas, new concepts, new thoughts of ways to go about things so you can move from point A to point B without being drowned in your emotions, or even somebody else's emotions drowning you because you just don't understand, because you maybe not asking the right questions. All right, then have a wonderful day and night, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. And also, I'm gonna do a new moon reading as well, because that's in Cancer. And then I may do a Lilith reading, or I might just tie it into the reading. But Lilith is shouting at you right now. Lilith is like, you need to communicate this. If you don't do it, I'm going to be letting it out. And you ain't going to like it how I let it out. But I will be getting a blowhorn. I will be exposing whatever you thought that you didn't want to say, whatever you was fearful about. It's going to come out. You know what I mean? And you don't want that. It's going to come out. So you don't want that to happen when it's out of your control and you got Lilith up in there taking control of your situation. Like all embarrassing you. You know how your mom and stuff or authority figures show up at school because you got in trouble or your heart is beating on. You don't want to be having that feeling while you're trying to get your mind right and get your communication skills together. All right? So have a wonderful day and night. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. There's a lot of self-help stuff out there too about how to communicate, how to structure your words, how to deal with the narcissist, what kind of words, trigger words that you don't use. There's a lot of different information that you could go where you know this person's issue, right? And you don't want to be on eggshells, but you want to be where they get it. So you might need some extra help on how they think, how that person thinks. And there's lots of videos based on, other people and how to come at other people without triggering and getting to the point. All right, now I'm done. Have a wonderful day and night, Cancer, Sun, and Ascendants during this Cancer season. What's around Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants? How are y'all doing? How's everything flowing? All right, well, you're the material girl, aren't you? Oh boy. Listen to Madonna, okay? Oh my goodness. But it's great. So it's kind of like you're preparing for a rainy day type stuff. So that's what's holding you back. Your emotions are feeling insecure, inadequate to be able to be comfortable, to be able to do what you want to do, buy what you want to buy, spend what you want to spend, go where you want to go. That's what's going on right now. You looking like, can I even do that right now? Well, let me hold on a little bit tighter and let me, be real frugal about it, and let me, make sure that my ducks is in the right row. So if you're doing that as a Leo, that's good. Conservacy is really good. But those of you that don't have that grip yet, you feeling real uncomfortable right now. You feel like the rug could be pulled out from you. The roof can be pulled out from you. All kind of things can be pulled out from you. And you just barely holding on, from a string. You know what I mean? So at this point, it's causing you a lot of stress. It's causing you a lot of anxiety. And this is what's holding you back. Because I don't know if it's based on you needing things in order to feel good about yourself, or you need things so that it can be perceived by everyone around you, or everybody who's looking at you, that you're doing well, when all is that you're not. And Leos can be really, really, really good at faking the funk. Let's be real about it, Great actors and actresses, okay? So even though you dressed in your fur, your mink, for those who don't like fur, you dressed in your vegan leather and your vegan fur, you know what I mean? And you was just holding on to your Bitcoins. You holding on to your funds. Like you was just like, I ain't doing nothing. Listen, okay? And then some of y'all in the negative, but still at the store hoping that the credit card go through. You know what I mean? Because you got to show up somewhere this weekend. You already checked the weather. You already know what you want to wear, what you want to pull up in, how you want to perceive yourself to be. And now you're looking at your wallet like, ooh, I may not have that, okay? But you might be begging, borrowing, and doing some crazy stuff in order to get some money, in order to put that perception out there of that you got it all together. And that's not the case. And that's what's keeping you back. So let's be real about it, Leos. All right, let's turn off the lights. Let's send everybody home. Let's get the janitor in here to clean up all the mess. You know what I mean? And you can do that. Take control of what you can take control of. So if you're feeling like you being held back, your emotions is being messed with because of all the stress and anxiety of trying to keep up with the Joneses, and maybe you are the Joneses. Maybe you living in some delusion because Neptune is still in Pisces. So maybe you in some delusion. Okay, maybe you need to settle in with the Browns down the street and around the corner, and start maintaining a life that you can hold up, that you can control, that you can start saving, that you now are not losing sleep because you feel secure and comfortable. You feel like it is balanced. Your boundaries and your limits that you have set for yourself in order for you to feel. You can't expect everybody else to do it for you. Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendants, you got to do it yourself, okay? So shine some of that Leo light, shine some of that sunlight on yourself. And let's get real. There's a lot of a lot of streaming services, a lot of podcasts, a lot of YouTube channels that talk about simple baby steps, you know, of how to save money. Some tell you save $1. Some tell you save $1 a day. Some tell you any change that you get, put it in a thing. Some say, you know, buy $1 of stock a day. Some say, you know, pay off like whatever, but just find something that resonates with you. Find a person that's speaking that resonates with you, and they got proof. It's not like some facade or some show, because nowadays you gotta be careful. Everybody preaching and teaching, but they're not living what they're preaching and teaching, and then you don't find out till like 3, 4, 5, 10 years later, since you've been following this person, that this person was a fraud the whole entire time. So if it don't resonate, I don't care if your friend don't listen to this person. If it ain't resonating with you, then don't listen to it. You know what I'm talking about? Go to something else. So you might have to do your research to find, you know, someone or something or some plan that will help you kind of get in control. Maybe you need to do a charting system, you know, bill payments, color coding, whatever. But find your thing, you know what I mean? Find your thing to keep you organized and keep you where you're not spending above your means. You're not doing things above your means. You're right in the sweet spot of comfortability while still protecting yourself and not overspending and not being greedy, you know? So instead of going to, you know, a restaurant, a 5-star restaurant that you know your friend is coming to town and you know that friend only likes this, that, and the other. Be creative, you know what I mean? Do something different, like maybe go to a 4-star restaurant or something, but they got rave reviews. Maybe you want to go check it out so you don't be surprised, and just drive by and go inside and look and maybe get a menu and just prepare for that, you know? That way you're not looked upon as, oh my gosh, she ain't got it together, he ain't got it together, oh my gosh, why they bring me here, oh my gosh, why, you know what I'm talking about? So just kind of look at your life in steps, you know, and I need you to jump like in the future real quick. So jump in the future, jump to where you are now, jump in the future, jump into where you are now, jump in the middle, jump to where you are now, jump in the future. Now what'd you come up with? How you gonna get there? That's all I'm saying. All right, have a wonderful day and night. Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendants during this Cancer season, and this is a tarot card reading for what's got you stuck emotionally. All right, have a wonderful day and night. Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendants. What's around Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendants? This is your tarot reading for Cancer season about what's got you stuck emotionally. So you see, you got the Knight of Cups here. All right, and the Knight of Cups, you know, we're talking about the flip side of it, okay? So you ain't ready. You ain't ready. So that's what's keeping you stuck, because you know you ain't ready. So Neptune is in Pisces. I get it, right? And it's a mutable sign, just like Mercury beings, which is Virgo and Gemini, right? So you might be dreaming of all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. You might even be talking about your dreams, writing down your dreams. You probably got like a dream board or something like that. But you just dreaming of all these possibilities, all these things that's coming up, all these blah, 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 blah. But are you taking action on it? You know? Why are you stuck? I mean, it's a sweet spot, trust me, as your, you know, sibling sign. I get it, you know what I mean? Dream all day, all night, you just stay there. You know what I mean? Never come down, right? But we're here, so we do have to come down. Otherwise, we're not handling our responsibilities here. Things that we've created, whether or not it was forced upon you or not. You was in that place in that time for that responsibility. So now you have to take responsibility. Now, for those who's taking more of their responsibility, then that's a conversation that needs to be had, right? So start planning. Start doing things in phases. Yes, the dream board is there, but how are you going to get there? Yes, you know, you have a dream journal. I shouldn't say dream journal, but you have a journal of all your affirmations and all that, right? Because spirituality is trending. So I know I'm speaking to a lot of y'all, couple years ago, be a few of y'all. So, but it's trending now, right? So we already know what this is all about. You done heard it from probably a whole bunch of people about affirmations. But then now what? You're supposed to sit there and just own it in? No, you need to go ahead and do some action. So I don't know if you're in a disillusion, but you're like overly romanticizing what you're thinking about. And you're caught up in that excitement more so than just getting things done or putting one step in front of the other. Maybe you need to do some clarification. Maybe you need to do some research. Maybe you need to ask some questions or whatever. So even if it's like a love person, somebody that you love, or somebody you consider your twin flame or soulmate, right? Those terms have been popping hot, fiery hot since 2020. Fiery hot. It's been on the rise before then, but it just came in like poof. So maybe you're in that kind of world, you know, where you're thinking about this twin flame and this person is going to come save you, and then your life is just going to be great, and this person is going to sweep you up with feet, and this person is just going to, but to be honest, none of that stuff, that twin flame stuff, so I mean, all that stuff that you're imagining is not going to come about until you start working on yourself. If you're not working on yourself, then it's never going to come about. You're going to be constantly searching for this imaginary romance type thing, you know? And then you're going to get very overreactive about it. You know, like, you know, nowadays, you know, you can look at people posts and people read the comments more than they look at what actually the people are commenting about. Right? It's weird. You might even be getting jealous of somebody you don't even know because they comments is off the chain. Like, oh, I met my soulmate, or you know, I started my fashion line, or I got my eyelashes done and you know they popping right now, or you know, I bumped into my twin flame and my twin flame is together, and oh my gosh, this is great. You might be sitting up there moody as I don't know what, especially if somebody put forward like a perfect situation that you consider to be perfect. And like, oh my gosh, how did they do that? But instead of how they do that and learn, and you like how they do that, and you just go strict to like jealously moody. It can even be like a promotion or something. You just straight up like, why that person get it and not me? But you're not looking at what's going on inside of you. Where is your mind at? You know, are you thinking positive about yourself, or are you thinking negative about yourself? You know, are you thinking that what your goals is impossible? That's why you're not putting no forth worth in. You just rather stay in a dream world? Or are you going to go forward and get into what you're passionate about? Get into, you know, what you love, what you appreciate, what you value. Get into rhythms and music and words that get you flowing, that get your mind popping. Movies can even do that, because you know movies got a lot of words and music in it, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like using more of your mental and your physical body to take action on you know what you feel that you need to do that's going to make you feel better, what you think you need to do in order for make you to feel you know, cared for, to make you feel beautiful, to make you feel complete and whole. Even if you got to go out to things that you think are beautiful, you know, you can think Harley bikes are beautiful. Maybe you need to go visit a Harley store, or maybe you need to watch a whole bunch of videos about people getting new Harleys, and instead of getting jealous, let that to be an inspiration to push you a little bit. Maybe you're into, you know, just architecture, the beauty of architecture or something like that. Dive into the beauty of it. Don't put too much heaviness of it. Just focus on the beauty and then kind of stream that down into what you want to do. You know, be inspired, be imaginative. But when you're inspired and imaginative, then do it. Even if it's baby steps, just trot along if you have to. This horse is in no rush. You know, the cup is not spilling. Everything is still there, but it's on its way. You know what I mean? It's on its way. So it's like, okay, are you ready or not? And you can't get any kind of good friends, good tribe people. You know, your village is tight. you know, your friends and stuff. Like, if you can't have your love life, you found your twin flame soulmate, you can't have those things unless you project them on yourself. You know what I mean? Are you happy? Do you think you're beautiful? Do you think what you're doing is great and, you know, and whatever? You know, are you creative? Are you charming? Are you romantic? Do you romance yourself? Right? These are the questions that you have to ask for you. So that's what's getting you stuck right now. All right? Have a wonderful day and night, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants for this Cancer season. What's around Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendants? This is your tarot reading for Cancer about what emotions have got you stuck. Okay? What is that emotion that got you stuck? It's disappointment, Libra. You're disappointed. You're disappointed in yourself. You're disappointed. You're frustrated. You know what I mean? You're like, I didn't get to do what I want to do in enough time, or whatever I got to do, it's not enough time, or like I feel like a halt. I feel like something is, I'm being stopped from moving forward. Like I have to take a rest period, but I don't want to take a rest period. Like I got to look back and restructure things, but I don't want to restructure things because I done did all these things before. Now I got to sit and rethink about things and why this is holding me back and why I can't go forward, and I tried this and it failed, and then I tried this and it failed. So at this point you're just fed up. You're just like, I'm done. There's no even purpose to even go any further anymore. You know, I tried to fly. I tried to do my affirmations. I even stepped out on faith, and I did this because you did step out on faith, okay? But it just like crashed and burned on you. You're like, oh heck nah. This is just too much stress for me right now. This is just getting me all up in my emotions, and more than ever, I can't be creative. Like, I don't even know where I'm going. I thought I knew where I was going before. I thought I was knowing where I was going, but now it's just like, I wasn't expecting all this. I wasn't expecting that I needed this, that. I wasn't expecting that it costs extra this, that, the other. I wasn't expecting for this person to get involved, that person to get involved. I wasn't expecting. So you was trying, okay, and did a wonderful job by jumping off the stairs to get started on your path and what you need to do. But the frustration now is just like, you're done with it, because even if you've stepped off and you start to make one step and two steps and three steps, everything seems to be putting you either stagnant or way back than where you were previously. It's like going back in the game of life when you got to take like 10 steps back and you're like, oh gosh, I got to go through this again. You know, so at this time during Cancer season, do not let your emotions overweigh you where you're drowning yourself. You can use your emotions to give you a boost. It's kind of like a boat, you know, how it needs to wave in order for it to move, especially if you have nothing to steer it with or anything, or have any power to move it. You're going to rely on pretty much air and water to move you, or wind and the water to move you. So just tap into your emotions real quick, because it is Cancer season. You are allowed just to be like, even get mad at yourself. That's all right. You can get mad at yourself. You be like, but don't beat yourself up. Learn from your mistakes. You know, this is what Sagittarius do. They learn from their mistakes. They go through these experiences in order to gain wisdom, because without those experiences, you wouldn't have wisdom on what to do next. So now you know, right? Now that you know, now you can start to break things off to what you can handle. Don't bite off more than what you can chew. Don't say, okay, I'm going to drive 2 days in a row without sleep, and you know good and well that you be in bed at 6 o'clock every night. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just saying, like, don't be realistic about it, unrealistic about it. Give yourself realistic goals and start there. Start small and then start growing from there. Because maybe the first time around you just was like, yeah, I'm out, without no thought process, without no schedule, without no map, without no GPS, without no nothing. You was just like, yep, Done. Jumping on faith. And now you're like, wah, wah, wah. Now you're like, this don't work. No. Go back. Ain't nothing going back to the drawing board, because that's where a lot of lessons I learned from going back. This is where retrogrades come in handy. Go back and see, like, okay, where did I go short? How what did I not pack with me? What can make this journey a little bit smoother? If I do this ahead of time, I won't have to worry about this later, and then my journey can be even smoother because I like projected that ahead of time, and I gotta cover majority of it. You know what I'm talking about? And then when that time comes, you can pat yourself on the back like, oh yeah, I did put that extra bottle of water underneath that rock. So as I'm going through this desert, I could find this rock that I put a nice little happy smile on it with some raindrops around it, just so I know that that's the rock for me to get my water that's deep buried in the ground, because I projected that I would be going through this desert area about this time. And since you know what I'm saying, I'm already setting up my situation and circumstances and preparing for all that. Like parents, we get band-aids even though the kids ain't hurt. Why? Because as parents, we know at some point one of these kids will get hurt. So that's why parents usually have band-aids, peroxide, alcohol, Tylenol, because anything can happen at any time, and these certain things have to be there just in case. That's the kind of thing you gotta work with. Have a good day and night, Libras, during this Cancer season. What's around Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Scorpio? How are you? How things are going? Great. Yeah, I know, right? I know. So y'all probably looking at this like, oh, okay, we got 2 cards. Yes, you got 2 cards. So you're fearful, but you need to take that action. Okay, that's what's holding you back emotionally. It's pretty much fear of the unknown. But your underlying card, right, is the 6 of Swords. So the 6 of Swords is saying, hey, listen, you gotta go ahead. Like, you gotta make some changes. You gotta move your feelings, your thoughts, your perception, your plans, like whatever you thought it was going to be, it is not no more type stuff. And now you're gonna have to start looking at other places, other areas, other ways to rectify the situation. And the situation is what's holding you back. Okay, so the fear of the unknown. So I just spoke to your partner, your neighbor, actually not partner, Libra, and they already stepped out, but they stepped out without planning. So you can go look at their card, because that's the card that comes after this card, right? So you got the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands, you just contemplated what Libra did. And you know you got to take action on it. But my suggestion from the other card, from the other reading, Libra, is you need to take some planning. Because don't just go off your emotions and how you feel. Yes, you can, because you can use that as a oomph, as a push to move, you know what I mean? But you're going to be doing some planning, do some more structuring. That way you can be more aligned with the direction that you're going to go, and you kind of foresee what's going to happen. Like, everybody knows that if you're going to move, right? Let's just do rental properties, just to keep it real simple, because at some point in time somebody had to rent, right? You know that you're going to have to get a security deposit, and you're going to have to do first month's rent. Some places need 2 months security deposit and first month's rent. So it just depends, but something is going to come with it. You can't just move in $0 unless they have like a special, because a lot of people moved out and they want to move more people in, then you get those type of deals or whatever. But other than that, most likely you're going to have to put something down in order to. You're going to have to provide. How is money coming in? Do you work? Let's get some pay stubs, right? You know all these things ahead of time. So what do? You prepare. You get the money together. You get this together. And even if this journey is a new journey for you, like this has never been done before, you have never done this before, you have never taken these steps before, you have never went in that direction before, you still can perceive what can possibly happen. You know what I'm talking about? And there's so much information on the internet for pretty much anybody's goals and ideas, even if it's on like a smaller scale that you need to build it. And then when you get that foundation, now it's just your own ideas and thoughts. But usually for foundational stuff, a lot of that is on the internet. So you can foresee that by looking up other people who may have took those steps ahead of time, who can tell you the pros and cons, who can tell you what to do and what to say. Just like us, we'll keep real estate in the picture. So just say, okay, you're in an apartment now. You know what it is to get into an apartment because you've been doing this for so long. Now what's the steps it takes to get to own your own home? Totally different. You thought it was difficult to get the stuff for to move in. Now there's layers to it. Now they want 5 years of back history. Now they want this. Now they want you this, that. It's just so much more so. But if you got the mindset still that you can go into get in a house the same way you got into an apartment, the game is totally different. You didn't do your research and you're going to be let down. You get what I'm saying? So start planning for the unknown situations so that way you could feel more comfortable, more secure in yourself. You can sleep at night. Your emotions is not drowning you. You know what I mean? Like you can breathe air, like you're not doing like a fish thing trying to breathe out of fins. You're doing a human thing now since everybody's advanced to this human. That's why you can understand me, right? Now you can control those things that you can control, you know, even if it's you get lack of sleep, but in order for you to be your best self, you got to get a certain amount of sleep. Simple things like that is planning. You know what I mean? Simple things like that is planning. So start to get that more into your life, Scorpio. And you already know you got to make the move. You already know you got to change things. You already know you got to start going into a direction that's uncharted territories for you. You know what I mean? But you know it's necessary. Otherwise, these cards wouldn't have came out together. Literally. Okay? Have a wonderful day and night, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants. And also, definitely get into like any type of journaling or calendars and stuff like that. That might help you as well. Have a wonderful day and night. What's around Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Sagittarius? So you got the World card and Jupiter as well. You got the World card here. So, some things need to close. You know, like a good book, and the book ends, and you're like, oh no, the book ends, and you're like dying for the next thing to come out or whatever to continue it. That's kind of how it is. How people don't like to see, endings of things. But this is what's keeping you stuck emotionally, You're attached to your past. I mean, who isn't attached to your past? And it's Cancer season, right? So you're attached to your past, and this past is giving you a hard time to close it. I didn't say burn bridges, but maybe not be on the bridge as much. Maybe you want to leave the bridge and go explore the rest of the world. Explore what's around the bridge. You know what I mean? You don't always want to be with that particular person on that particular bridge in that same spot on this particular day at this same time. You don't want to do that now. You're just like, oh gosh, in order for me to be able to get to my goals, I'm gonna have to detach from past relationships in order for me to move on. And detachment is completely fine. I mean, a child is attached to the mother, for 9 to 10 months. And then what has to happen? They have to get detached. First by the placenta, and then after that, the umbilical cord, right? And then the baby is completely detached from two different things that it was attached to, and now has to learn to survive without a placenta and the umbilical, the placenta, of course, that's attached to the umbilical cord, but the mom, right? So this is kind of that step. You are now this baby coming out, Sagittarius, and now you're no longer inside of your mom's womb. You're no longer protected, safe, all that, nurtured, cared for. You're no longer getting nutrients and oxygen and all that from the placenta. Now you got to fend for yourself. So what babies learn, they learn how to cry and all that, make faces and noises. Eventually they get old enough where they be like, I want to eat now. I want fries. I want, and you just looking like, oh, I remember the time when they couldn't even tell me that. You know, I wish we could go back there. But this is the thing that you have to do to move on. The baby's not looking for the placenta anymore. It is looking for the mom. I get it. But after a certain amount of time, what you're going to be doing is your energy work. Maybe you need therapy. Maybe you need to do some more visualization, some more imaginary dreams, and putting down your goals and affirmations and journaling, you know, your steps and what kind of goals you want to have in life, and steps, you know, where I want to be next week, where I want to be a month from now, where I want to be a year from now, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, what I want to leave as a legacy. These are the things that is bothering you, because right now you just feel like at a standstill, like you're emotionally like depleted. You know, you don't want to set no more goals, you know, either that or you're trying to find the quickest way to get to the goals, because you know how much energy that it's going to take in order to take all them steps. So you're trying to go from step 10, from step 5 to step 10 to step 50 in like 3 weeks. You know, you want one of them, you can lose 50 pounds in 1 week type plan. You know what I mean? You could get $1 million by the end of the year type plan. Like, that's the stuff you're trying to talk about. But is that reality? You know? So don't be afraid, you know, to stretch your goals out for yourself. Everything does not have to be done right now. Everything does not have to be perfect right now. But you do want to take a look at what your challenges are along the way, and you want to prepare for those challenges as well. You also, you know, want to re-energize your energy. You want to get, you know, all elements, everything on your side and working in your favor. And it might take a quick little moment to step back and just look at everything like from a bird's eye view, and then go ahead and restructure, because this card is telling me you also losing focus. So when you lose focus, you're not staying on your goals, and therefore, you're not reaching the finish line that you want to reach, especially in a time frame that you want to, and you just getting all these delays and stuff. So get out there, you know, get to the completion, mark your small, simple goals down. You know, anything simple, like, you know, a lot of the calendars nowadays and apps and whiteboards have goals and challenges and tasks, you know, on them already printed. So start using some of those boxes and whatever to keep track of yourself. It could be simple, like, I want to drink 8 cups of water a day. You know, I want to drink 64 ounces of water a day. That's a goal. There's an app for that. There's pretty much an app for anything. You know, I want to wake up at, you know, 5:30 and start this or start that, because I feel like at 5:30 I'll be able to get myself this, get on a start to do this. It's going to put me in the right place to do. Yeah, get out. You know, if you can't travel abroad or can't travel too far, even if you travel in your own community, you know, just to get inspiration, just to, you know, maybe it's an idea to start an ice cream store. Maybe you ain't got $1 to start the ice cream store, but maybe you want to just drive around and just think about what loops you would take if you had that ice cream truck, or where you would put that ice cream place at. I mean, there's simple things that you can do to integrate little accomplishments in your daily, hourly life, you know? So, and then that way, magic will be able to happen once you start to control that, okay? So closure first. Let's get some closure into things that need to be done and over with, okay? The book is over. You're gonna have to wait another 2 years before, what's that thing called, that book that sold so much, Harry Potter, comes out again. So let's do some closure, all right? That way you can start to write the second series of your book with all the past behind you, right? And you're moving forward. Have a wonderful day and night. Sun, Moon, and Ascendant Sagittarius. Turn, Cancer season. What's around Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Saturn? This is your Cancer tarot card reading for Cancer season. And the question is, what emotions got you stuck? All right. So what we're dealing with is we're dealing with the Magician card. So Caps. All right, you just like uncertain as hell. You like, I done did everything I could do, and I'm not manifesting nothing. I'm not getting nothing that I want. I'm not getting anything that I need. You know, nothing is really working in my favor. I'm like struggling over here to succeed. I'm listening to this guru, this spirituality, these affirmations, this person. I've subscribed to that person, this person, and still ain't nothing coming out. What is going on? And that's keeping you in a funk. And you might be like unfocused now and trying to ask all these questions like why is this not working? You're giving up on the universe, you're giving up on your manifestations, you're just giving up, period. But this card is to stay attuned to your intuition. This is Cancer season, so this is perfect. It's like, stay in tune with your intuition. Pay attention. Don't look at what you have done and what you have lost and all the energy wasted here and there and this, that, and the other. Pay attention to your intuition and pay attention to the opportunities that are going to come to you, Capricorn. But if you're so consumed about what did not work, you're not going to see these little signs and symbols by you just sitting back and listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, not your mental, your intuition. Capricorn, look it up, okay? But if you already doing your thing, because the Magician is a very powerful card, you might not see what you want to see. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe you started something, but you thought it was going to blah, blah, or you thought it was going to go this way, you thought it was going to go that way, but you only seen just a little bit of change, not a lot, but just a little bit. Don't stop at it. Keep going, because maybe you have to look at it from a different angle, from a different perspective. Maybe you need to structure it, differently or something like that. But everything is a learning process, and everything will be aligned if you continue on that journey and continue on that path and not get frustrated. Just find other ways and other means to get that thing done, even if it's in the smallest way. Don't have to be gigantic as if the world says. No, it starts small. Everything starts small. Nothing starts, you know what I mean? Nothing starts big as the world making. That's why people get so consumed and so over, just feel like weight, because you're expected to be this huge thing, or you expected it to look like this, and everybody expects it to be like this. But it starts small, so start there. And then look at yourself. Are you being greedy for what you're doing? Are you, because the Magician card, that's a whole Gemini card. Like, manipulation is real with this card. So if you're doing any kind of malice, if you're planting like bad seeds, then of course, yeah, you're going to gain, but you're going to gain a lot of trouble, turmoil, tribulations, trials, all of that kind of stuff. You're going to feel trapped. On T words, right? That's what's going to happen. It's going to make you feel more or less than, more in frustration because nothing is working out in your favor and all that, because you planted blind seeds, so you can't be mad at nobody else but yourself, And if you're in a place where you're doing everything that you got to do, let's say like a job or something, and you go way and beyond, you like your job, but for somehow, some way, you don't see no advancement. Ain't nobody appreciative to what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, the boss is not saying good to like everybody. Like, the boss is like more friendly with the slacker than you. Not saying that you want that, but you do want to be acknowledged so you can get that pay raise, maybe get that office over there, whatever. Everybody got goals, you know what I'm saying? So what you looking like, wait, how come this ain't working? How come this ain't? Hey, sit back and see why. Maybe there's a relationship there. Maybe there's a friendship that they have that you don't have. Maybe no matter what you do to get that position, you're never gonna get it. If anything, you're gonna be wasting your time and your energy when you could be the magician and you formulating new ideas, new abilities, new ways, new potentials. You know what I mean? Magician is like all possible. Like you can do whatever you want. So does that mean do you have it to start your own and be a competitor of that company that you work for, or maybe another company that does the same thing, but they treat their employees better, and they have a management position or a CEO position or whatever position open, and that's what you want to dive into? You know, is it something that you work for, but you know you can create it better and bigger, you know, than the average person? Are you gonna go for that, or are you just gonna sit and just take all that, or be the musician and balance both? So maybe not sometime, but out of your day, some of your day goes to this, because this is where you're getting your skills and improving your skills and stuff by being under somebody. But after you're done with that, you take all them skills and you doing your own thing with them skills and making your name for yourself, making magic happen for yourself. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. So this is your reading for Cancer season. And you guys make sure that you balance, get into your talents, you know, plan, and don't be manipulative about this whole thing, like shortcuts and all that other kind of stuff. And you'll have the power to manifest. Have a wonderful day and night, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendants, during Cancer season. What's around Sun, Moon, Ascendants, Aquarius is? This is your tarot card reading for Cancer season. What the question is, what kind of emotions got you stuck? Aquarius, dreams are beautiful, I must say. You know, your vision of the future is very beautiful, very abundant, very prosperous, healthy. Like everything is organized, in control, in its place, and harmonious. And Aquarius is about that harmonious living around the world, just not within themselves, but everywhere. So your dreams and your visions are just beautiful, and I'm loving it, Aquarius. I'm really loving it. But I don't know, you might be driving your own self crazy. Okay, this is what's getting you stuck. Your mind is getting you stuck, and your emotions is not even making it any better. So it's just like, it might be putting you into like a paranoia type situation, especially it being in Cancer season, and we have the moon in Cancer, and the new moon is going to be in Cancer, and Lilith is in Cancer. So you're not the only one, okay? This is just the period that's going on. This is just the planetary energies that's going on that's affecting all of us, and the cards are just showing it. So your mind, you might be driving yourself crazy in your mind, because you already an air sign. So air signs stay in their head, they stay in the mental. All right, if it ain't logical, if it ain't got nothing to do with you know, the mentality of it all, yeah, good luck on getting an air sign to get where you're coming from, especially from an emotional sign. They're like, what is that? You know what I mean? Air signs don't know emotion. They're like, I don't, you have to explain that. Hold on, let me Google it. Siri, you know what I mean? What is emotions? Okay, so let's get down to Aquarius. So don't give up because you haven't completed something, or because things didn't work out the way you wanted them to work out. It's not the perfect picture that you had set in your mind, or how you had planned it. You know, you have to keep going. You have to keep going, because there is progress there. Even if you can't see it, there is progress there. So it's kind of like giving up when you're right there at the finish line. This is where you at, okay? So that's what you're struggling right now. Is to just keep, whether you should just give up or keep working on those goals, because you're not seeing anything. There are going to be hurdles, yes, as you already know. Otherwise, we wouldn't talk about this. But overcome those, and you could overcome those by first working with your mental, your mindset. What the hell are you thinking about? You know, are you doing positive affirmations? You know, are you consistently trying to putting yourself in around good places and people, and surround yourself around good things, so that way it can rub off? Because you know what they say, you know, whoever's around you, all those energies that they have, you become. You know, I don't care if it's your mama or your best friend, since they be that it's around you. You know, so if you think their life is hell, but you're around them all the time, guess what? That cloud is around you too. So you might need some time to step back from the community, step back from people, places, and things, and just be like, hold on, I know this is a temporary setback, or I know this didn't happen and I expect it to happen, but I'm committed to getting this abundant Empress card. I'm committed to this. I'm committed. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I have to do. You know, maybe I need to hire somebody. Maybe I need to freelance somebody. Maybe I need to get a support group, on Facebook, that's all about that life, or a therapist or whatever. There's so many options out there now that it's crazy, just to help you get over those hurdles. Because when you're almost at the finish line, you want to give up. Those cheers of go do it. Da, 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 da. That's why during COVID, a lot of the athletes wasn't going to their fullest capacity, because they were missing the audience. The audience, even though you might bring 90% of your A game on, 10% to get you over, 10% of that is like the audience. Like, you don't feel no pain, as Bob Marley say, until after the fact. After you in the locker room, after you on the bus or the plane or the car going back home after you don't won. All you cared about was winning because your adrenaline was high, the crowd was pumping you up. So even if you gotta pump yourself up like that, that's what you need to do in order to calm down your paranoia, calm down your defensiveness against everybody, being real snappy, being real mad, being real fear, that somebody is going to threaten you in some kind of way, whether it's steal your ideal or steal your girl, or who knows, steal your position, steal your concepts, or whatever. You can't be worrying about all of that at this time, Aquarius. And you're in, Uranus is in Taurus. So this is perfect. Empress is such a Taurus card. It's not even funny. So some of y'all might be thinking about starting a family, getting married, having kids, but you just feel like everything right now is just not working right for you. It's not aligned right to even do these things, So you might have to go back to the drawing board. Be courageous to go back to the drawing board. This is what retrogrades and all that come into play. So to go back and be like, okay, this didn't work. Let me try this, that, and the other, without being malice or anything about that. And test your faith. Test out the boundaries, everybody says there's a glass ceiling like 30 years ago, but now you don't hear nobody talking about no glass ceiling. Everybody's talking about breaking the glass ceiling, just like on, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. At the end, yes, it was an elevator that had 12 floor buttons on it, but at the end of Willy Wonka, they went beyond the 12 floors. They broke through the glass ceiling. So this is that time to test your faith, Aqua. Your Uranus, which rules Aquarius, is in Taurus, which is the Empress sign. So this is not the time to doubt. You know what I mean? Take faith. Test your faith, have fun with it. How air signs do. Have fun with it, but stay with that courage, stay with that commitment, stay with that daily plan that you do for yourself. Only you can structure that, and keep on with it. Have a wonderful day and night, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant during this Cancer season. What's around, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant? This is your tarot card reading for Cancer season. So, you get the Ten of Wands. So, what's getting you stuck emotionally? The Ten of Wands. You carrying all the burdens. You doing all the work. You getting things done all by yourself. You feel like the world is on your shoulders and nobody's there to help. All right, Pisces. So, the bottom line is like, don't overwork yourself, take some time off to release, even if you have to, spread out the tasks. Okay, can you do this for me while you do that for me? Can you do this? Some people would do it for free, if you just only ask. Some people will pay a small amount than what you expect. Maybe you expected to pay somebody $50 to do it and they only charge you $20. And you check their references and they got, a good rep or, good vision. I'm talking about you, Pisces. you'll be able to resonate with who to go with, because at this point you want people on your team that's about that life, that's, you know, if they don't have the exact same vision as you, they at least see your vision. Like, oh, okay, I get where you're trying to come from. You're trying to come from, and they can reiterate it back to you. That's how you really know. You're like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. All right, you got that. You know, that kind of vibe. So if it ain't that, then, you know, move on. There's like 8 billion people in the world, and I'm sure there's somebody there that will be able to help you. You know, even if it's a small, minor way, it's still releasing some time for you to do other things, like maybe shower, eat, sleep, you know, those important things. Maybe you need some new shoes, that you didn't have time to go get you some new shoes. Now this is the time, because you done delegated some of the stuff, and it don't have to be a big thing to delegate, you know, especially if it's something that you're working on that you're passionate about, because you don't want nobody to mess that up. It could be the small little tasks, the tedious, tiny little things that you do every day, but it takes so much time if you really look at it, right? If you break it down. So stop carrying the burden. You know, maybe you need to take a break, take a little quick vacation, even if it's a staycation, you know, even if it's down the street, around the corner, or at a nice hotel in your community, but just to get away from it, just so you can get a fresh outlook, and you can come back to whatever you're working on in a better light. You know, the new moon is coming up in Cancer, so sometimes you gotta step back and take a look at, you know, do you got your emotions in check? Do you have your priorities checked? Are you in check? Is your spirit in check? Is your soul in check? Is your body in check? So this is that time to kind of do a quick check-in with yourself. Have a wonderful day and night, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, and Neptunes during this Cancer season. What's around Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, and Mars? This is your tarot card reading for Cancer season. So, look at that face. So this is what got you in an emotional, you know, pause right now, emotionally stuck right now. It's this mentality, right? So are you trying to keep up the Joneses? Oh no, you know you are Aries. I'm sorry. All right, and I'm looking at a chipmunk right now. Okay, are you? Okay, let's go there. Are you made some money recently, or you blew up on social media, or whatever you're doing, you've seen this great abundance for what you created, which is what to be expected, Aries. Okay, you are the head, right? Like, I know. All right, well, slow your roll. Okay. But, and you might be flossing, you might be proud of yourself, you might be spending here, you getting money on Patreon, you getting money on your PayPal, your Cash App, you know, all those other kind of services or whatever, and you getting the bling bling and the ding dings and the likes, or whatever you're doing as far as career-wise, as far as your personal life, it's just flourishing. You're getting attention for it. You know, you ain't even gotta beg for attention. It's just like coming to you, and it's hitting your account, and you, as it comes in, you spending it. You like, shoot, I deserve this. I'm like, yes, you do, but in moderation. Right now, you have Mars chilling at home, which is Aries, which is y'all. So Mars is inviting over a friend. Mars is having like a good old party, barbecues every like night, Monday through Sunday, and each night got a theme to it. Like, it's so unique that you ain't never seen nothing like this. Aries is popping. They're like, hey, you know, and everybody can see it, and you know it. You know when people are looking at you, you know, in a good way. And you know when people are looking at you in a bad way, but even though we as humans know the people staring at us, you know, some of us tend to have an attitude like, what you looking at? Or it might be like, yeah, I'm gonna fly, you know what I mean? Keep on looking, or you somewhere in between, just depending on the day and whose that is looking, right? But it's time to put respect to your money, to your brand, to your name, to your future. So yes, it's okay to get into that situation where, you know, you treat yourself. You know, sometimes you need to buy some things in order to progress. So maybe you need to buy a particular tool in order to build this, in order for it to get to that point. And tools can mean anything, you know what I mean? but you're investing into something to make it work. You know, that's good and dandy. And then you're trying to take a little bit for yourself to maybe get you a nice dinner. Maybe you never had a nice dinner before, and you say, hey, I always wanted to eat at this restaurant since I was a child. Now I can afford it. Let me do it, and let me invite some people. But instead of inviting 20 people, maybe you want to invite like your close, you know, 3, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, or your close 4, or maybe it's just your close 1, depending on how far back you want to cut back on that extra spending, and to invest that into what you want to see your future. So start looking into putting some of that money aside to do what you need to do, so that way your goals can be more impactful, and it can become real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because you have taken that time, to look into the future to prepare for that. And then some of y'all just stuck in a rut, period. Just like, you know, you just in the same cycle over and over. You know, like, you don't want to change, you don't want to do anything, you just want to keep things the same, you know, like the same breakfast, the same lunch, the same dinner, you wear the same colors every day, you know, it's worked for you for this long, so, or this is what you've been doing for so long that you haven't realized is that you're stuck in this rut, this pattern, and now it's time for you to break free. You know, this is Cancer season, so go with what you're, you know, what do you feel that you need to, you know, do. You know, this is the time to, you know, be like a wave and just flow on out. You know what I mean? A wave don't stay in one place. A wave here is going to be a wave, the same wave that's going to be in Australia. You know what I mean? Don't ask me the distance and the time, because I haven't calculated that, but I'm sure somebody knows, and if you watch it, put it below, because I am a Gemini and inquiring minds want to know. But there is a distance between a wave current here reaching a wave current in Australia. So let's go. Let's break free. Ride these waves. You know, don't be so serious and stuck up all the time and just all up in just what you have to do. And then some of y'all been so involved and so putting all this fire, this energy into getting them coins and stacking and getting what you need and getting what you want and getting what other people need and what they want, because you got it like that, or you looking to be like that, or how, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's loved ones that's looking at you like, hi, what about me? And this is Cancer season, Cancer new moon with Lilith in Cancer. Okay, so yes, there will be loved ones, close ones to you, that will be looking for you to show them some attention and show them some love and show them some care. You know what I mean? Because you've been putting all this effort and energy over here that you kind of, you know, forgot over here. So kind of look around you. Go ahead, do like a 360, turn around, see who's around you, see who. And not everybody deserves to get your attention. Don't get me wrong, it's 2022. It's not so fluffy like that. I'm not going to tell you that. But those who you know who needs, you know, your care, like your children, you know, your mom, maybe you get along fine. Some people don't get along with their moms, but your mom, you might get along with her, and you're like, you know, I ain't called for a minute. Let me holler at her for a minute. Or, you know, a guardian who raised you, and that you're still cool with. You know, just people that you know you still cool with, and you want them to know that you care. Everybody else, whatever, they'll figure it out later, or later you'll do something for them. But I'm just talking about your immediate heartstrings right now. You know what I mean? That immediate, like, if something was to happen right there, you will really be hurt right now because you wasn't there to check in on them. Them people right there, right? All right, so maybe you need to take some time and check on them, even though it's a new moon, you know, and maybe you have some new ideas about how to balance getting what you gotta get, plus saving some money so you can get to your goals faster, but still yet loving yourself and treating yourself. Because ladies, you know, a good foot massage, men, come on now, it's 2022, good foot massage, let's put you in there. A good, you know, leg massage, hand massage, scalp massage. They got so many things out there. Salt baths, sound baths, every kind of bath, spiritual bath, you know, yoga. I'm just going to go get me a new crystal. Oh my gosh, the nature out here is crazy. So yeah, balance that fire energy, because there's a lot of fire energy. I mean, I'm just looking at a red tail nature thing all over the place. So balance that out. Yes, the ideas is good. Yes, you know, where you want to go and where you want to be is great. You know what I mean? But don't overexhaust yourself. Don't get so high sedity. You know what I mean? Come down a little bit, because you know don't take it the wrong way, but if you go up high and you do it the wrong way, the fall is going to hit you